are live. Let's go here and find out why is that defaulted to the wrong picture. Anyways, what the heck? I've always got the wrong one there. Wrong thumbnail. Let's put this one back in. Save. I thought I had the right thumbnail. Picked. Okay, let's go here to share screen. Always gotta share this every time. I guess it has to be done, it has to be done. There, that is working. Okay, very cool indeed. If anybody out there that's coming in or what have you knows how to stream to Facebook and be able to comment, I can stream to Facebook, but I can't comment. I don't even know if I can receive comments. So I really don't know. But if anybody knows, try plugging in the headphones. If I plug in the headphones, well, my mic says it's I had problems with the sound before. I have no idea why. Let's look at the audio. Default microphone. Sound just triggered, just came on. Probably because I'm using my mic, my headphones. But my question is, have either of you successfully live streamed to Facebook and had comments? I can live stream to Facebook or YouTube, but when I go to comment, it comments on YouTube, but it won't comment to Facebook. I get an error that says, we have encountered an error. We weren't able to comment to those channels. And then EVMux, the one I'm using here, or Mux or whatever, however you pronounce it. Yeah, I don't do Facebook, period. It's just that you're able to do it, so I thought I'd give it a try. And I did one night, and I went to look after the fact it was over. I went to look, and sure enough, there was my live stream on Facebook. But like I said, when I go to comment, that window, that thing pops up and says, you can't comment to Facebook. And you can only comment to a page, not a profile. Or I think I can comment to a group. So I must be trying to comment to a profile and not a page. I don't know, I don't use Facebook, so I don't even know what a page or a profile is. So. You don't do Facebook at all, Tim? Yeah, I don't know. I just tried a few minutes ago to do Facebook only, and it worked. I streamed to it, but like I said, I can't comment to it the minute I typed in like "hello." It gives me that error. Yeah, there's so many. You know, I was thinking that myself, Tim. Like, if you're trying to get people to follow you, it makes no sense to use all those different kinds of medias, like go to them all. You might as well concentrate on one and get all your followers to, you know, no sense going to Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and Twitter and Reddit and all them. Like, it makes no sense. Ever since Facebook goes woke, I quit going there. You'll have to fill me in, Timmy. What does woke mean? I'm old. I'm not up on everything. Hello, Gina. I couldn't stay very long to the live last night, but I was happy that at least I was able to make it. So I have a question for you then. Have you successfully live streamed to Facebook with comments? I can stream to Facebook, but the minute I go to comment to it, it gives me an error. It says you can't comment to this channel. I don't know why. I can only comment to a page and not a profile. So I must be trying to comment to a profile. Now I've tried StreamYard I still get the same error. It says you can't comment to Facebook at this moment. And then I tried with EV Mux, here the one I'm using, and same thing, same exact problem. So, and I'm assuming you use StreamYard, so I don't know how you got that set up. That's cool that you can do that. I can stream to it, yes, but I can't get I can get comments, I think. Yeah, I can read comments, but I can't comment back. So they can comment all they want to me. I can't send a message back. Yeah, I can see that, because I had a friend. Well, maybe you guys know him. His name's Rob on the Road from across the pond there. He went into Facebook for me to see if I was actually streaming there, and he said, "Yeah, you're streaming, no problem, to Facebook." And he commented. He said, "like hello," but when I wrote a message back, then that window pops up and says you can't comment right now. I can't type and talk. That's why I have the chat window up on the side there of my live stream, because then anybody can read it. Doesn't matter where you're watching it. You can at least read it. And if I comment back to somebody that's on Facebook who commented to me, then they can at least read it through the Facebook part of it on the screen there. Well, you're not as old as me. And I don't know if you've seen, but I'm in Mexico. I'm in Cancun for 6 months. And one day it rained so much that it flooded. There's not very good drainage here. So it flooded. That part of the house got wet inside. So I got up in the morning and I was cleaning it up. And from the front door to the carport outside, there's like a 6-inch drop. And the tile they put out there is real shiny stuff. So when I stepped on it, I slipped and I fell. And I fell on a cement, that cement ledge, right on my back. And I broke my back. I broke two, not the vertebrae, I broke those bones that stick out towards your back. They're called spinous process. What a weird name for a bone. I broke 2 of those. So I didn't break my back severely enough that I'm paralyzed or like can't walk or anything. I actually feel much better today. It's been maybe 2 weeks since that happened. I guess old fart is a bad word. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I got this picture of a t-shirt. It says, "I'm 69 plus 1." I'm 70 years old now. So that's pretty old to be falling on your back like that. Like, my goodness. And I'll probably feel that now for as long as I am here yet. You know, when you break something when you're old, it's hey, that's another spot for all kinds of stuff to happen. Like I don't think I have like osteoporosis, like brittle bones or whatever you call that, but I healed up pretty good, pretty fast, and I don't feel too bad now, but still. It's not even good to fall and break something when you're a kid. Yeah, no kidding, Tim. Takes a long time. It's been 2 weeks now, and actually my ribs were the things that took more of a beating, I think. It was hard to breathe for a while. I think they took a bruise. Not, they weren't cracked, or because I got a CT scan and it showed just my 2 vertebrae. They call it D7, D8, right in the middle of your back, from your neck down, right in the middle. And I could hear it break when I hit. I even hit my head on the cement too. Maybe it was my head that broke. But I could hear 2 snaps, and I was laying on the on the carport outside, and people were trying to, "Hey, Mr. Ronney Braun, thanks for popping in, my friend, my good friend." And I was ready to holler for help, but my legs worked, so I scrambled up onto my knees, and then I crawled into the house and on the bed. Then I laid there for a while to figure out what the heck's going on. Well, falling on your tailbone is not a fun thing. If you break that, like, from what I understand anyways, I'm not a doctor, but your tailbone is actually 5 bones or something, and as you get older, those bones fuse together and it becomes one. So I went to the YMCA and treaded water for 45 minutes. Well, good for you. And sat in the hot tub. That must feel good, eh? When you can go have a shower and get in the pool, and the hot tub especially. It makes you feel like $1,000,000. Anyways, for the amount of time I was at your live, I enjoyed it. It was great. I think I follow probably around 90% of the people that were there. I couldn't stay too long. I had friends from upstairs here, but and it's, I don't know what time you guys have. I have 11:06. Yeah, and sometimes you probably don't even know, Gina, that I come and watch a little bit. I sometimes forget to comment, or I'm not much of a commenter, and I know that's the YouTube's algorithm. They like to see you comment. I understand that. But at least I always give a thumbs up and show my support, through time and what have you. 8 o'clock there, 3 hours difference. Wow. I have Eastern time. You must be on Pacific time. Or Mountain time, or whatever it's called, way on the West Coast. Wow. I'll bet you can notice the days are getting light. The days are getting longer. And I think in Cancun, the days are just about the same time all year round. But because we're not on the equator, it's the same time all year round. It's like 7 hours, or not 7 hours. At 7 o'clock, the sun comes up. At 7 o'clock, the sun goes down. It's the same time all year round. But here in Cancun, it's pretty close the same. Like by 5:30, 6 o'clock, it's starting to get pretty dark. And now it's 6:30, and it's not as dark. I can tell, something's. So yeah, I love it when you can start noticing the days getting longer, because then, yay, summer's coming. Spring is in the air. And it seems like all across North America, and Canada, the whole North America, this weather for the past week here has been good. Even people in Quebec, some friends of mine, Ghetto Van Adventure, maybe you know him, Dave. He's beautiful weather there. He's in Quebec, and he said beautiful weather there. My friend back in Alberta said beautiful weather there. So my sister said the groundhog on Groundhog Day says going to have an early spring this year. So, and in the Quebec, I think it was in Quebec, they said the groundhog died. Yes, Tumbleweed, Brenda. Tumbleweed is getting married to Scooby Snacks, Brandon. They're engaged. I don't know when they're going to get married. Brandon says when it's warm, not in the winter. Yeah, her and Brandon. They were on, I had a pop-up, just a pop-up live just a couple days ago or something, and that's what they were saying anyway. Different people. How you making out, Gina? Anyways, I remember that when you lost one of your cats there, one of your children. How is that working out for you? I think you got, what did you have, 5? You got four other ones that are fairly young. If you never ever had a pet, it's hard for some people to understand what it's like when you lose one. And I don't know, sometimes I'm a dog person, sometimes I'm a cat person, it all depends. I guess it all depends on what time of year it is, maybe, I don't know. As long as the dog listens. From 4 to 10, okay. Four left. Wow. Very nice indeed. Yeah, I don't know how you do it. Like, my van is too small for a dog. I don't care how small of a dog you get. Even if like a smallest dog, a Chihuahua kind of dog or a small terrier, I think dogs need room to run around. In a van, it's just too refined, confined an area. Yeah, you can go out walking with them and stuff, but it's not like just letting them out in the yard and run around, by themselves. Instead of, when you go for a walk with them, you have to either run with them or... 14 years, wow, that's pretty good for a cat, eh? Yeah, it'll probably take a while. It's just like, like human beings, your loved ones, it hurts for a long time, and then after, I don't know how long your grieving thing is, but then after a certain amount of time, it gets easier. But it's all in the time. Yeah, I know you have much more area, and that's what I was saying. Like in Backjack Kitty campground. Yeah, where they can go outside in their little play area there. At least in a van, a cat is probably easier to keep than a dog. Cats usually probably do more at night. You know, that's when if they could sleep all day long and they're up at night. But, I mean, it's not like, it's nice when they, can get out and move around and do things too, but it's not like it's good for them to go for a run. I was always thinking about getting a cat. They're good with traveling, are they? I remember when I was married, we had a cat, and every time we went in the car with it, like when we moved from Vancouver to Alberta, it would hide. It didn't like, I guess, maybe the movement or whatever, but our whole van, I had a van at that time too, but back in them days, people didn't really live in vans like they do today. They were called like shag and wagon, things like that. And the van was a short wheelbase van, but it was full of stuff as we're moving. And we had a hard time finding that cat. Like, until you get the stuff out of you didn't want it to run away if it got free. Van Life has 2 cats in his van. Yeah, and then there's somebody called, you probably know them too, Van Catman, or Van Life Plus. But there's one called Van Man Cat or something like that, who has cats. BU Van Life has a cat too. Oh. Catman van, right? Yeah, that's yeah. Miles, okay. I'm subscribed to him, but I didn't know his name. I find it harder and harder all the time to find time. I'm unemployed. I mean, I'm retired. I'm still finding hard time to go to lives and watch videos and then make my own and put them up and make my own lives. It's just, there aren't enough hours in a day. So I don't know how some people do it. My goodness, they're on every live that I go to. There's that person there, and they got videos out, and they're commenting on other videos. Now, what the heck? How can they do it? Oh, wow. Foxy lost it for 12 years, had it. Oh, wow. So do you have like male and females cats, and which, in your opinion, is, well, you don't want to say better, but and do they probably have to be fixed, both males and females. I mean, unless you want to breed them or something, but is there any suggestions that, like, if you're looking for one, would you rather be a male or a female? Or you have to excuse me, I'm chewing on peanuts. I've had supper, but Oh, there you go. Yeah, 50-50. It looks like they all get along fairly well. They probably all have their own spot in the van where they like to hang out. I just remember we had when I was still living at home, we had a cat. No, we had a couple of cats, but the one cat would have, I don't know what kind, but like an epileptic type seizures all the time. He would thrash around, poor little guy. When he was having these seizures, and I guess the vet told him that, you know, you're going to have to put it, you know, down. So he asked me, he said, you take it to the vet. And so I'm the one that had to take it to the vet, and, you know, it ain't coming home. And then he was my stepfather. He went to another city for a couple of days to visit somebody, and he says, well, while I'm gone, take it to the vet for him. He didn't want to do it himself. I would have to say male cats, as long as you get them fixed early, I find they are more loyal companions. But my females are very good cats as well. Yeah. Oh, cool. I think I kind of heard that before, that males are more like cuddly or whatever you call that, or like, I don't know the terms. Yeah, I think I've kind of heard that also. But I guess if you're going to get one before you start, just find out what you like, and then it's amazing. How the heck did you come in contact with 5 cats? Were they strays, or did you just see them and fell in love with them and then you had to have them? I like it when they sit in the front window when you're driving. They just lay there. Yeah, I'll bet. I saw one YouTube video where the guy took his bigger. It was a German Shepherd dog. I don't know why they had to put it down. It must have had something wrong with it, but they had to give it the shot, and then he was sort of sitting up on the table, and then eventually had to like lay down, and he just sat there, and the guy was just crying because the dog was taking his last breaths. And at least it was a nice, peaceful way to go. But yeah, that's gotta be pretty hard. I'm shirtless, by the way, guys. Sorry. Here in Cancun, it's like 20 some degrees all the time. Oh, why is my phone still on? Usually it goes dark when it's just at 11 o'clock. It's supposed to turn off by itself. Oh, and I got no notifications to tell me what the temperature is unless I go to the... But it's about 24 degrees still. The hardest thing I've had to do is, no kidding. So that's what happened. I had to, when I left our cat, I didn't know you could stay there or whatever. I just left it there, and then I left. 8 weeks old. Oh my goodness. Oh really? The kids were abusing them, eh? Wow. Oh my goodness. Like it's a, if I don't know if you watch any of those YouTube videos or it must be on. I don't watch at a place just like TikTok or any of that, but YouTube, where animals, if you like rescued animals, even wild ones, like they ask for help kind of videos, and they show affection and stuff afterwards. You can tell animals do feel like they really do. It's like this, some people think they got no feelings, or they can't, like farmyard animals all the way to, like I said, wild animals. Some guy, for example, some wolf, wild wolf, was in a trap, and he you put a big board up so he can't attack you, and then he freed his paw and let him go, and then the wolf ran away a little ways away and turned back and looked at the guy, and then it was like a year or two later, a whole year later, and he was out in the woods, and this wolf, he didn't know it was the same one, but that wolf was there, and it came over to him. It didn't want to bite him or nothing. It just, and then it had little ones, and it brought its little ones over to visit with this guy. Like, what? You wonder how does this happen? It was a wild animal, a wild, adult, not just a cub. She moved out to college. I kept a cat, and the cat got pregnant before I could get her fixed. Oh. The mom, the son, and the daughter, and I have a dog who is a grandson from one of my other kittens, and they give away. Oh wow! Got the whole family there, sort of thing, eh? That's cool. I don't know. I don't think probably Nate is not in. Did you see Nate in here a little while ago? He was here earlier, and Tim was here, obviously. And Ronney Braun was in the house earlier. They're all fixed now. Oh, excuse me. My goodness. They got all these whisperer things, like the dog whisperer, the cat whisperer, the horse whisperer. But that guy that is a cat whisperer guy, I guess he reads their language, reads their actions and stuff. Yeah, I think he might have left just before. He probably seen hey, there's Nomadic Vanman. I know him. I'll pop in. And Timmy was here a little while ago, but it's probably, I don't know where Tim is, but it's probably late there too. It's like 11:30 here now. And I think I was online for about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, because I was trying to figure out how to do this Facebook thing. I'm not streaming to Facebook right now, but I just thought I'd ask anybody that's coming in, and I wasn't going to save the live stream. I was just going to delete it at the end. But now that it's been on for 40 minutes, I think I'll just leave it on. You are going to crash. Thanks for the chat, my friend. Hope you... Yes, thanks very much, Gina. It's feeling much better already. My ribs are actually feeling good too, so... Well, you have a good night and a good weekend coming up. And stay awesome, my friend. I am... Yeah, I still do the Sundays at noon like I always do, but now that I'm trying this EV Mux, or however you pronounce it, EV Mux, just playing around with that program. It's like StreamYard, it's from the cloud. So I'm just kind of playing around with it, and so I'm doing a lot more like just quick pop-ups, no notifications, just pop up. So anyways, Gina, thank you for popping in, and have a good night. And we'll catch you on the next one. And just remember, if nobody's told you they loved you today, let me be the first. I do love each and every one of you. And Mr. Ronney Braun is still in the house. Let me get this out of the way. There we go. Well, Ronnie, what have you got going with your heaters? Are you making any headway, or things are working good now, I think, eh? At least. Let me enjoy some more peanuts. You know, here in Cancun, you can't buy any, like, these are the peanuts I'm eating. You can't find anything snack-wise like that that doesn't have jalapeno in it, or lime flavor. I can't find regular peanuts. They all got some sort of flavoring, Mexican flavoring to them. So did you hang your pump straight up and down? It's working better for you that way? I mean, whatever works, that's the way you want it. No sense fighting the system. I know some people that run the diesel heaters, they don't have filters at all, and they have no problems. But I know where it goes into the heater itself is, then it sprays the mist. There's a little screen in there that makes it into mist. And I guess it probably doesn't take too big of a particle of dust to bugger that system up. Because I notice in my fuel tank, if I'm filling it up and I look down, I can see the bottom. There's dirt down there. It accumulates into like little lumps of dirt. But because the siphon is about an inch off the bottom, the dirt can't go in there unless it's like floating, but it's right on the bottom. It's pretty big. Well, I think even if it's laying flat or 45 or up and down, I mean, it's probably minuscule amount of harder work to do one way or the other. It's just an electrical pulse that pulses it, and the magnets, they just pull it down, and the spring pushes it back up. So there's not much there. But yeah, put it whatever works best for you. Like you said, if the bars in the red don't go all the way to the top, and just because you turn your pump, that's amazing. But it is what it is. Yeah, well, you better do that. Make that video. Get out your 3D camera. Is it internal pump affected by gravity? Well, that pump has got a coil in it. When electricity goes to it, it sucks the pump down, and then the spring, the electricity turns off, and the spring pushes it back up. That's all there is to it. But it's metal on metal, which means after a long time, you're going to have wear. But that's why you use diesel fuel, because diesel fuel is got lubricate. It's like oily. If you feel diesel fuel with your fingers, it's oily, whereas gasoline is more refined. There's no lubricity in gasoline, so that would hurt your pump. And some guys use gasoline in their pump or in their heaters. They said, I've been running gasoline, no problems at all. Yeah, I guess good for them. It works. But not everything is written in stone. Yeah, it doesn't have power to pull it up and pull it down. It just pulls it down, and then the spring pushes it back up. I don't know which way it goes. I don't know if when you have power to it, is that when it's actually doing the pumping, or is it when the spring is pushing it back? Is that what's actually pushing the fluid through? So I don't know. I would think it would have to be when power is put to it. That's when it's pumping the fluid and not pulling the thing back down, and the spring pushes it up and then pumps the fuel. I'm sure it's the power that's pulling it down which makes the pump. And then the spring just releases it back to its normal state. That one guy that I followed for a while there, he doesn't make any more videos, but he cut one of those pumps in half. Well, not in half, but cut it open to show you exactly how it works and how it pumps, and where the cavitation happens in there, just by how it's made, how it's built. That's why they say, even in the book, I mean, they say it should be a 45, because, and it's got to be in, there's an arrow on the pump which shows this end should be up and not the other way around. It's because when it's in the right orientation, there's it's not hollow, but there's a bigger part at the top. That's where the cavitation happens, is in that area. So if you turn it upside down, you probably don't get any cavitation, or less than. I had a friend install, he said, I didn't know there was an arrow on the pump. It's the same, it's just like stamped on there. It's not colored, it's the same color as the pump. It's just like scratched into the metal, so you can't really see it unless you're looking. Well, mine anyway. Now, who knows? I noticed the pumps have changed quite a bit since my pump. I like the way they got the exhaust and the intake farther apart from each other now than they had on mine. Mine are so close together, and then when you run the hose, the fuel line to there, it's so close to the exhaust that mine melted. I had it when I had it all set up properly, but when I put it into the hole that the pump sits in, or the whole heater when it sits in there, the hose pushed over close to the exhaust. And then I went inside and it worked fine, and then it quit. It gave me the error. And so I thought, oh, I wonder what's wrong. Like E7 or something, meaning the fuel wasn't right. E4, E3, I forget what the number is. But, so I wondered, well, what's going on? So eventually I thought, well, let me take it apart. Let me see what's going on. So I pulled it up, and I could see that the hose was melted. A little bit of fuel was going through still, so it would start. But then to get continuous fuel, that's when fuel wouldn't flow very well, and it gave me the error. So that, aha. And that happened a couple times. Not to me, but once to me and once to other friend. And I said, check your hose. And we looked at it, sure enough, it was either kinked or crimped or melted or... Anyways, these peanuts have got lime. I don't know if I like them that much. I don't know if you take that pump and you might be able to blow through one end, but not the other, or some. I don't know. I thought there was something about that, but don't do that, because when you buy these pumps, they have oil in them, so don't suck. Well, my friend, it is 1:45 noon, 1:45 midnight. So I don't know what time it is for you, but it must be just the same time or later or same. But I need some sleep, I think. And finally, I can sleep better. My ribs don't hurt as much. That was the hardest thing. I'm a side sleeper. And you know, you're squeezing your ribs when you sleep on your side. So, and another thing, I'm having audio problems again. If I unplug my headphones, the audio quits. So I don't know what's going on there. Because the air bubbles would want to go up. Yeah, if it's got air somewhere, the bubbles, yeah, no, they always want to go up, that's for sure. I had my maiden flight today of my new drone. The drone that was traded, it's brand new. I traded my other 6-year-old drone for a brand new one, although it's half the size, but Stream Elements bot is running. Yeah, okay, so it is. Yeah, actually, I'm feeling much better. I didn't even take any medication today at all. Usually I was still on, well, I was on painkillers, of course, but then I was also taking inflammatory medication, and then I stopped the painkillers and just taken the inflammation pills, and now I stopped taking those too. So, all right, Mr. Bronny, my brother, thank you for popping in again and working out any errors we had. Thank you. So, you have a good night, my friend, and I don't even have to tell you when I'm going to have another one. It's just anti-inflammatory. Okay, that's what I think that's what I meant. Not don't give me inflammation. What kind of a crazy guy am I? All right, Ronney brother, love you, and we'll, with no notifications, we'll see you on the next one. Stay awesome, buddy. Catch you again. Sunday for sure.